Thank you very much. We stand at a very serious moment for Northern Ireland, and we are depending on every single person, every single day over the next month to do the right thing. Now, we have learned a lot over this last 7 months about COVID-19, but there has been one consistent fact. When we unite and work together, we have the power to stop the virus in its tracks. Over 200 patients are now in hospital with COVID in Northern Ireland. 24 are in intensive care, and sadly we've learned today of another 4 deaths. I do send my sincere sympathy to all the families who have lost a loved one. So I am asking everyone, young and old, think about the small and big changes you can make over the next 4 weeks to protect yourself, to protect others, and to protect our way of life. We all need to stand together. And today in the Executive, we had a focus on how we can provide support to the public and to sectors and businesses. We are listening to what you have to say, and I thank you for those of you who have been in touch with us over this past few days. There is no doubt that this will be a difficult 4 weeks for many, and I want you to know that we care about you and we will do our best to help you through the next 4 weeks and beyond. To those who feel confused and unsure about what the changes will mean for them, we'll be publishing key information in the newspapers this weekend and on our Northern Ireland Direct website. However, I do want to take a few moments to address some particular queries that I have been receiving. So private preschools, nurseries and daycare centres and facilities can remain open to support working parents. The remains of a deceased loved one can be brought back to the family home, but household restrictions will apply and wakes, unfortunately, are not to be held. On hotels, it is the intention that they will be able to operate on a restricted basis for those already resident and providing services for those requiring them for work-related purposes, including staff on the front line battling COVID, as well as vulnerable people, those in emergency situations and people unable to return to their main address. The bars, however, in hotels should close. We are also mindful that we don't want any individuals inadvertently to miss out on the job support scheme, and the Executive will keep this in mind in the period ahead. Self-catering and rented holiday accommodation can remain open. Taxis can continue to operate. Gyms and swimming pools are available for individual use and on a one-to-one basis with a personal trainer, but not for group classes. And finally, music lessons and tuition can continue to be provided from your home. Only close contact services are prevented. Now, we are working closely with our partners in local government, education, the retail sector, faith groups and other representative bodies to make sure that it is as easy and straightforward as it can be to observe the health guidelines. You will hear shortly from the Minister for Finance about the next steps in our programme of support for business and for individuals. As I've said before, this is not a lockdown. This is a careful and considered blend of actions designed to cause the maximum damage to the virus, but the minimum damage to the everyday lives of our people. We want everyone to act responsibly, which will allow us to keep our shops and churches open to safeguard the education of our children, while still protecting the health service. We know that strong collective action can quickly bring the R rate down, and we're aiming to halve the R rate over the next 2 weeks and then keep it below 1 for as long as possible. This is what is needed urgently to save lives and to save jobs. So this is a call to action to every person in Northern Ireland to play their part, and a reminder to those who think that any of these changes are optional. These measures become law tomorrow, and if you break the law, please expect to feel the full consequences. These are tough times, so our enforcement approach is getting tougher too. But this is not where we want to put our resources. It would be much better if we could put all of our combined efforts into curbing the spread of COVID-19. Let us not forget that our best possible defence against this virus is the simple but powerful health advice to keep washing your hands regularly and often, maintain social distancing and wear face coverings where this is not possible, download the Stop COVID-19 app, act promptly on advice about testing and self-isolate if required, and let us get to work. We've done it before, and we can do it again. Just before I finish, I heard this morning of a lovely story about what happened last night in a restaurant in Newton Ards, the Bull and Claw restaurant. And again, it spoke to me about the strength of our people here. So the restaurant had actually reduced their menu to half price to try and deal with the stock that they had. But the customers all paid the full price. And I think that speaks very much to the strength of our people, our goodness, our giant spirit. And I want to see more of that giant spirit moving forward over the next couple of weeks.